Welcome back to the Career Build Series. This is episode number 119. So back where we left off last time here, we're at the beginner base on the arid biome with Remora. And so just got back, I walked back from the hospital there. We delivered some people there from the rescue, used Shroom last episode to find those people, and then Remora to rescue. So we're here with Remora. So I'm going to go ahead, we'll jump on Remora. Let's actually look at the fuel here. We do not own this base. I'd love to buy it, but we are down to 22,000, just under 23,000. And I believe this base is 30 grand. So we're a little short here. I need to get some cash money dollar bills. I'm actually not going to steal that fuel. We'll leave it there. That might come in handy when we buy this. So let's go ahead and we'll get Remora powered up here. And we'll head back to the... Actually, I do need fuel. I forgot English language me speak. I did forget that I had some, because I took out Triton, I did not have enough fuel in Remora. So we need to put that in. And where is it? Right here. I was on the correct side. It's been a while since I played with this, so let's go ahead and fill it up. And we'll take the fuel and we'll fill this up. Bingo. All right, good. So that is pretty good. Let's go ahead and put this back. And we'll go ahead and we'll head back to Triton. Alright, so let's get the light bar up. Let's see. What keys am I having to hit? There we go. Eventually I'll figure it out. Alright, so... Again, we're going to do a little bit of dead reckoning going back here. We know that Triton is up around this area here. I left it there. So we're going to go up in between the islands. It's pretty easy at night here. We have the volcanoes to kind of guide us. So I will go ahead and I will time-lapse you guys out, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright, here we are returning back to Triton. So using the anchor light, as you can see, it's pretty reasonably easy to find. I don't think I shut the engines off of Triton. The idle is pretty low. So what I want to do here is, we're very low on money, and I wanted to hang around here and do some missions. But the issue being this is, we don't have our full complement of craft. I can't afford it. I need to make some cash, and so what I think I'm going to do is, Triton has a lot of diesel on board, so what I think I'm going to do is go and sell some of the diesel on Triton. Or, yeah, that's probably likely. The other thing I could do is just go to FJ and do a jet run, so I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet. So we need to head that direction anyway. Here we go. All right. Let's shut the engines off. Let's put the light bar down. And we can shut down. There we go. Up, up, jump. Don't get wet. Thank you. Up, there we go. Let's see. Raise. That's backwards. Okay. All those are backwards, it appears. Alright, so put Remora away here. And we're just so low on money that I really can't do much. Like, I have Shroom and I have Remora on board. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to offload some of this fuel on Triton, because if I have to go down there and put Triton away, it's going to be a bunch of waste of time because I have to take Remora off, I have to take Shroom off to put Triton away, and then go and run some fuel. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I will go down, we'll sell some of this fuel. Oop, there's no lights in the staircase, got to do that. I don't do much night stuff here, so that tells me what I need. Alright, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to sail over and sell some diesel. We have a lot of diesel on Triton, and if we look down here, that's oil sell. We can just buy there. But over at this island, it's not populated yet, but we can sell diesel here at that island. I think that is likely what we'll do. We could also go up to... We could sell diesel here. Let's go up to Sawyer South. And the reason I want to do that is we're over here. We're sitting right here. And if we look right here, we have the tall railway bridge. And that allows me to go under there with Triton with the mast up, and then we'll head in here and we'll sell some of our diesel. So let's go ahead and we'll get underway. So I've left the engines idle the whole time. We lost some fuel, but the idle is so low in this, it's pretty negligible. This way we're not losing all the parasite craft. Because I wanted to add on, I have no air vehicle on me right now because I'm just too low of money. And so I want to get that going. So we have quite a bit of fuel on Triton, so we'll sell some of this fuel off, and that will give us some versatility on what we can do. Alright, so I'm just setting a general... We still need to go more westerly here. I'm going to just go ahead and set it. Right, so I'm going to head up here to the north. We'll add a marker there. Then I want to head across. We need to check all of this, make sure I'm not going to hit anything as I go across. So it's right up around here is where the bridge is. So I think it's here, hopefully. Yeah, you can tell it. I think it's right about there. So I'm going to go put a marker there. Put a marker right into the bridge so it gets pretty much perfect on there. Go ahead and we'll turn the autopilot on here, and I'll finish it up as it gets on track. And then we'll put one right here just to the north of the lighthouse island. And I'll put one more right up in here. Alright, and I need to check the whole track, make sure we're not going to run into anything. So, come up north here, that point looks good. Got a couple islands I need to make sure I avoid. So we come to the south of that island. There's another one I had to worry about here that we want to probably go to the north of. That's it right there. Coming to the north of that. And then we're coming up to the next waypoint. Should be right before the bridge. And that is right before the bridge, right under the bridge, after the post bridge, and then we should have just to the north of the lighthouse island. Right there, and then we turn in and we'll stop short of the dock. So that looks good. Dock's right there. So that looks pretty good for a track. It's only 28 kilometers away. I'm going to go ahead. Navs are on. Good. Alright, good. So we're on our way here to go and do. arrived here at Sawyer South, so let's go ahead and we'll get in there and we'll sell some fuel. So if we look at the map here, we are right outside of here. We can sell diesel for $3 a liter, so that's what we're going to do. Try to get a little bit of cash off of what's in Triton's tanks. So kind of using Triton as a ferry to move some fuel. This way we should be able to get some of this cash going. So I'm going to go ahead and do the customary will shut vehicle damage off for docking. I saw a post on Reddit this last week of somebody, you know, having their boat with a big damage spot on it for docking. I know it's not ideal, but, you know, all you have to do is shut damage off when you dock, and you don't have that problem. So I highly recommend that. So on my port side is where we have access to fuel. So we're going to park up to port. And I want to get this money in the bank so we can do a bunch of things. We're hovering around $23,000. That's pretty low, but we have copious amounts of fuel in Triton. And we have pretty much a full refinery of diesel and jet fuel. So what I think I'm going to do here is we'll sell some fuel, get some money, and then hopefully we should be able to start to interact with some of our other tools. And one of the issues is this: I really don't want to put Triton away in the workbench yet. We have a bunch of parasite craft, I have to reload that. By selling some of this, it's going to allow me to do things like launch different vehicles to be able to go and make some cash. Alright, so that right there is the hose port. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to park up along the side of the dock here, and we'll try to get that ladder right around the rescue zone. That is where the access is for the fuel in Triton here. We'll start to slow down a little bit. And let's see, did I hook up the cameras? Not sure if I did or not. I don't think I did, so let's hook that one up. That's the wrong side. Alright, and we will zero it out here. I think we're pretty good here. So that's right about perfect. So I want to start to push us in with the thrusters. Alright, good. Let's go ahead. We'll zero those out. Alright, and let's go see if we can't sell some of this diesel to make a little bit of cash. You know, later on we can do some things like sell some jet fuel, but the problem is you need money to make money, so I needed to have a little bit of cash to, say, for example, launch some of my aircraft that I utilize to sell. So we'll come down right here. Hopefully this is all plumbed in. Our money here, see if it's rising. There we go. Alright, so that is pumping out the tanks, as you can see. Starting to get fuel out. Alright, so I've sold one tank's worth of fuel here. We're up to about just under $50,000 in casheronis, so not too shabby there. A little bit of cash, so hopefully we can go do some stuff to make some more cash. Of course, it takes cash to make cash, so sell a little fuel here. We're going to go ahead and we'll probably end up moving toward the FJ anyways to be able to do some other stuff and get some more cash. So let's push off dock. Alright, thrusters are going. I'm going to go ahead and start the mains. Alright, I'm going to start to, with desync, I'll start to reverse the starboard screw. There we go. I'll start to go rudder hard to port. Start kind of backing us out of here. Alright, I'll start to go rudder midships. And I'll start to come up on the port screw. Alright, I'm start to kick the stern in now for the stern thruster. And as you can see, we're just going to rotate around and out. Start to bring starboard up. Alright, we'll desync it. And we'll zero out our thrusters. And here we are underway. So a little bit of cash there. We're up to 48. We have a rescue I literally just saw come up here. So small boat has an emergency. So we're going to search this area. So we'll actually head over there now. We're close. So again, if you have your no clip off and you have your teleport off, it will allow you to get missions that are closer to you. So I had to zoom out here, and we'll just plot a course right for there, about where this rescue is. We're going to go ahead and add that in. Autopilot's on, so we can go ahead and we'll take Remora out, and we will search the area. Actually, let's take... Do we want to take Shroom up? Let's take Shroom up, might as well, seeing that built that recently. That'll be a good toy to play with. Still a little bit of slowdown here as we're close to the dock area. As we get farther away from that, the game can despawn, all that stuff. Alright, so code's in, master power's on, engine's coming on. Turn on the AP master. I need to be careful taking off. The ship is moving. So that is a consideration I have to take. So let's go ahead and we will detach and we'll head up. Try not to get hit on the way out. Good, we didn't. Alright, so we're just going to kind of hover here for a second, and we'll set the waypoint there. We'll stick that in. And we'll switch over. We'll see what the bearing looks to be here. We're going to turn GPS here. So 241. So I want a 241 heading, 241. So that will go in a heading hold. Altitude hold we'll do about 500 feet. And once I do nav, we'll start to station keep towards it. So I'm actually going to exit my seat here, and we'll watch the Shroom go by if I'm quick enough to do it. As it is behind us now. So there goes Shroom. Shroom is on the way to go and hopefully spot this boat. I think I may have just... Nope, that's dirt on my monitor. So, yeah, so Shroom's on the way, so we'll go down there and monitor that so I can actually see what's going on. And we will try to locate that, and then once we have a fix on it, we'll grab Remora. So, have this going out past where it needs to go. I'm just looking for crates as well, seeing that at this point we could use any little bit of money we can. We're a little bit low on cash. You know, the fuel load on Triton, for Triton's about 600 grand now to launch, and then the fuel load's pretty heavy, so have had to save up for fuel for that. Alright, so looking at the map here, as you can see, I left the waypoint on the far side, so we're coming pretty much through here, and so I'm looking left and right for this rescue. To the south and to the north, and we'll see if we can spot it. Don't see anything yet. Currently 2 nautical miles from the end of that search area, or from a waypoint. So, and that's right at the edge of the search area. So we have another about 2 nautical miles to go to get there. I'll see if we can spot it. This worked well last time we used it for spotting, so should work pretty well here. Little bit bright. I wish I could cut the brightness down just a hair. But if we look at the map again, this goes almost to the bridge here. That's where we're headed. So what did it say? A small boat, so expect it to be pretty small. You can see that's the bridge up there, so that is within the search area. You know, you see a lot of new players getting overwhelmed by the scale here, but it's really, as you can see, it's not that far. You know, even with the low res of the monitors, I can usually spot these when we come up to them. Alright, we're 0.8 nautical miles from that point. Once we reach that, we will reconfigure to come back and do essentially come down here through the center as we did, looking left and right. Then I'll come back up here, cut across and down, and hopefully we find it by then. But we're losing the light a little bit here, so it makes it a little bit more challenging to see it. Monitors aren't perfectly aligned, but not bad either. So that was the bridge we came under to come over to Sawyer South. Do not see anything as of yet. Alright, so we're at our point here, so let's go ahead and we'll put a new waypoint. We'll put it up here. And we'll enter that in. And we see 4-1, so put 4-1 in here for a heading. Now we'll rotate us around, and then we'll be able to search this quadrant a little bit more precisely. Worth about $7 grand this mission, so not a ton, but you know, they add up. Consistency is the key. Keep getting a bunch of missions. Do pretty well. So I think that's, yep, that's Triton right there, as you can see. So Triton's on the way. Losing the light here, so that's something we have to consider. And I just heard Triton stop, well, you know, we're sitting in Triton, so Triton just stopped. Triton's right there. What is that? Did you see it? I don't think so. So I'm not going to bother going over the land here. We'll cut it short when we get up close to land here, but sometimes they do put them right up against the land, so. Nothing as of yet. If we get close, they might pop a flare or a strobe, which helps to find them. There's Triton right there again. All right, let's move here, seeing that we're going to get, we're going to have to worry about having issues with this cliff here. Oh, there we go. 145. A little bit jarring there for a second. What is that? That is, looks like foam in the sea. So again, here's our mission. We're looking for a small boat. It has an emergency. There's Triton. So we're cutting across the top here. So like if we look at the map, it goes out not quite to the lighthouse island, and it intersects right there at this little island. So there it is right there. 12 o'clock. There's the strobe. All right, perfect. So we are short of this island. So actually, we're probably pretty close to where we're going here. It's right ahead of us. So let's go. That's TT right there. So let's go. Let's let it go where it's going here. And let's go ahead and we'll just let Shroom go on its way. And I'll grab Remora. Just going to go and lock in the time here just because it's going to be pitch black again. So we'll lock in the time, do a little bit of a twilight rescue here. I need to relabel these. But it's over there, as you can see, right there. So there goes Shroom popping over the top. And what I'm actually going to do is, let's do this. We've got a little spare cash on us here. I think we'll be all right. All right, there we go. Let's jump in Remora. And so I don't see Shroom. Shroom's over there somewhere. Hopefully Shroom didn't crash into the mountains, but no, Shroom's right over there. Is higher than the mountains anyway, the hills at TT, but Shroom is also was not set to go all the way that far. So as you can see, there's Shroom sitting up there. So you know the benefit with having an air platform like that is that the higher you are, the easier it is going to be to see these things. So we did kind of spot it. We would have seen it from Triton at that point, just because you know we weren't that far from it. But the benefit again is that's about 3 times as fast as Triton. So that allows that to get out pretty quick and spot these, and then I could sit them right on top, right over it, and that just makes it easier. So to find it, you know, Shroom's gonna get an upgrade where it has some strobes and some nav lights on it. That way, okay, it had a fire, it put itself out, so we got paid for it. So nice. What's that over there? The sun setting. Okay. So let's grab these peeps here, play the game, stay dry. Never tend to do well with that game. There we go. All right, you stay in there. I'm going to have to get this person anyway. All right. Now put this person up on Remora. All right, and let's go ahead. I'm going to pilfer their ship a little bit, or their ship, their small boat here. I saw a med kit in here, and so we might as well get a little extra profit out of that. Seeing we're hurting for money here, might as well. There we go. Anything else in here that I may want? Ropes, binocs. All right, we took a bunch of extra gear there, so we're hurting on money. It's always good to pilfer a little when we can. So we have TT right there. I don't know if we bought TT. I'll have to look at the map and see. Did I buy? Yep, I bought TT. So with TT bought, is there any fuel there? Minimum amount of fuel, so we should be able to launch an air vehicle there. But I do want to recover Shroom, so I want to do that first. Shroom has a pretty good fuel economy, so it should be fine. But what I want to do is recover Shroom, and then I will go ahead and we'll steam Triton over there. We'll grab an air vehicle, and then I'll put Triton on autopilot to go down FJ. And what I want to do is fill up Triton with some more fuel and get ready to do some more fuel selling so that we can make some money. And we'll go ahead, we'll go by TT, we'll grab an air vehicle, and then we're kind of all set to go here. There we go. A little bit of an abrupt stop there. You knew we were going to get wet there and end up in the drink. Alright, good. I don't know if I can jump in the back of Triton. There we go, I can. Okay, good. Alright, so we'll put Remora away. I'm just going to feed a couple health packs into this person here. As we start steaming towards TT, I will go ahead and recover Shroom, and then I'll take likely take Remora off and go get an air vehicle. I don't know how that's going to work. I might swim it. Might swim it. A little bit peculiar and unrealistic, but maybe the way I do it, so we'll leave you sitting in there for now. We'll stick this person up in here, somewhere comfy and cozy. I meant to stick you in the seat there, guy. Oh my god, if I could pick this person up and put him in the seat, we'd be in great shape. There we go. Alright, they're in the seat. The other person's sitting out in the cold. So they're not our favorite, apparently, the other one. Alright, so I'm going to set up the autopilot here. So we're going to go down to the south here, which is TT. Go right between these two islands here. Probably right about... what I'll do is I'll jump it and I'll swim it on the way. So put a waypoint here. And I'll go ahead and activate the autopilot to start it turning. And then I want to find my way to FJ. So right about, trying to make sure I don't hit anything, so I think we're good here. I'm just going to zoom in, and I will admire the track to make sure that we don't have, or inspect the track's probably a better way to put it, so I don't have any collisions. Beautiful. All right. Autopilot's on. Let's go ahead and crank. All right, so we're on our way here. Might take Remora all the way there, actually. It's not that long of a ride. Let's go ahead and, I don't know why I'm coming out here. Let's go ahead and go down. I'm thinking of too many things at once. And I will go ahead and grab Shroom. Shroom needs to be reloaded, but that's cool. That's kind of, you know, the proof of concept's working well. It's not just a gimmick, I would say, at this point. I think it is, you know, it's actually working pretty well. So we're going to go GPS to radio. And then we're going to go back, and I want to look at what, it's 320 is the bearing to, so 320 is the bearing to the pad. So put the heading in. So I'll kind of keep it at the sunset. This is a little bit more attractive than running at night. Can't really see much on the video at night. Try to do a little bit of night, but it's hard to see the video at night. So, but I think that's pretty cool. I think that's kind of a cool way to operate. The main thing is, like, if we're close to if Triton's close to the search area like it was this time, it's not really all that worth it to do it. But if Triton is further away, Shroom is much faster than Triton. And so it makes sense to take Shroom and not try to get Triton all the way there. Alright, so let's see, 156, 156. I also put in a lower altitude here. It's my, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Okay, it's being a little bit rambunctious here. Alright, so I want to go about, let's go to, I don't know. What's this heading? 156, let's go, I don't know, 90 off of that. Just kind of watching here. This is probably going to be easier to land on the rear pad, so I might do that. Let's do that, actually. So let's go to, we need to change the radio frequency to the rear pad. There's right there. All right, and then I want to change, let's see, what the bearing is, 180. Have to do it quickly. Okay, we're good. Just had perception issues with the way the monitors were. I wasn't sure if we were losing altitude. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and change this to the camera. Alright, there's the cam. And I will start to manually control this in. I need to deselect the, that's the locking mechanism that shuts it off. So, getting a little bit of frame issues here with coming in on the smoke and the monitors refreshing. This is a lot of stuff going on, so you know, we're kind of at the limit of what the game can do. So, we'll see what I can do here if I can land on this pad. This a little iffy. Stopping Triton would definitely help, but this is a little bit more challenging, which I like. All right, I'm going to take off altitude hold. I'll let the heading hold. It's not perfect, but it is helping me a little bit. The low refresh rate right now on those monitors is a little bit challenging. All right. The smaller monitor has a higher refresh rate, it appears. A little bit easier to see. So once we get over it, I'm going to focus on that, but I need ship under me to do it. So just taking our time here, going slow. You know, slow is fast. Take your time and you get it right the first time. It's going to be a lot better than crashing or trying to bump it 48 times. So I'm trying to watch that bottom monitor more than the top monitors. That's going to get me where I can actually not You know, it just seems to have a higher refresh rate than these bigger monitors, which makes sense. You know, it's a lot more information. The bigger monitors having to do more image on there. Right, we're close here. I need to get right over the distance sensor. There we go, to get the lights. And do we latch? We latched. All right, we are connected, so that's good. So let's go ahead. I want to make sure I shut off all my modes, and I want to make sure we do engine start, stop. Is that connected? I think we're connected, but I don't know why we're on our side here. The nice thing is we do have a big, powerful crane, so we can always fix that if need be. So let's see where we're at here. Go up top. They're still sitting there. All right, we're passing. Looks like we're passing TT right now. There's TT right there. We're on our way by. Let's see what happened to Shroom. Is Shroom connected? Shroom is connected. That's fine. Shroom can just tip over because it can go up high enough. So not the end of the world. It will. We'll be able to stand it right up. All right. So we're going ahead and we have the autopilot taking us down to FJ. And so what I want to do here is I'm going to grab this person here, and I think we're going to take... We will go ahead and we'll take the Remora and go. I was going to initially go and stop at TT and grab an air vehicle and then head there. The issue being this is, what am I doing with Remora? I'd have to stop, go over there, get the air vehicle, try to get Remora back. I'm going to have to go for a swim. Anyway, this way, we'll just take Remora. Remora goes 70 knots. It's not that long of a drive there. I'll check the fuel tank for Remora really quickly before we go. As long as we're good fuel-wise, we should have no problem. Nope, excuse me. I didn't mean to put you right in front of me where I can't see. There we go. Excuse me. Thank you there, eye patch. A lot of these people have vision impairments, it appears. How are you looking there? You're looking fantastic. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll launch Remora. All right. Let's put up the light bar. But Shroom definitely proving that it's not just a pretty face, that it actually operates pretty well. There's Refinery Island. You know, the distances are really short in game. They're not that far, you know, in the grand scheme of things. It's like, if you look here, you know, this is Refinery Island here. These look like far distances, but, you know, we're up here. We're now already passing here. We've already made it, you know, a third of the way there. We're going to use some Dead Reckoning. So we have Refinery Island off to our port. If we look at our compass, we're going pretty much directly south. So we're going due south. And we have an island. So if we look, there's an island due south right there. This is the island we're headed for. If we go straight down, we're going to hit this area. We actually want to go a little bit to the west. So what we'll do is we'll steer a little bit to the west. And we'll look at the compass, and we'll kind of keep that in mind. That's the point we want right there on the compass. And that should get us there right to FJ. Fuel looks good. We have about 85... that's probably gallons. I think that's got to be gallons. But, yeah, likely it's gallons. Okay, actually, I do have the bearing 2 system set up. I was wondering where I put it. So let's go ahead and let's actually do a GPS on this. So I did add that in. I couldn't remember. It's been so long. So let's put a waypoint right there. Try not to fall off Remora here. I'm actually having a little bit of a problem moving around. I don't think it's the speed. I think it's other issues that I'm having here. So, small keypad. I don't want the small one. I want the big keypad. So, right here is the big keypad. I'm going to enter that in. We'll jump back up here on there. Okay, I need to tune this in. So, you know, it shouldn't be negative. It should be going to points of the compass. So, this needs to be fixed. That'll give me a good little project to work on to get this up to snuff here. But I will... Actually, you know what this is? This is fine. I forget... So, this is an older system that I'm using. This needle always points to the GPS. So all I have to do is put that straight like that. So that's actually not a big deal. That works fine. So what I could do is put in a correction at some point that it points to the bearing and gets the needle right, but that's a bunch of math to get that to work perfectly. But as you can see, the needle is going to point directly to FJ, so I did put in a more complex navigation. But you can see with just some basic, like my dead reckoning, if we look, that was pretty much spot on, was where my estimate was. So now we can, I remember I did go very long range with this before, but so this is kind of nice being able to operate with Triton this way. I'm glad we're getting a little bit of money here, so definitely it's been a push to get some cash. We need to get some money here so we can do some of the stuff. And so what I think we're going to be doing in the next episodes is I could put Triton away and work on Triton. That's a possibility. If you've been watching the live streams lately, I've been working on Minky. Minky is a large cargo plane that looks like a whale. I kind of went full, not cartoon, but it's full branding on that one as being an animal, and so it very much looks like a whale anyway. So I kind of went full whale on it. Just the shape of it is very bulbous, but that can hold 4 containers and can VTOL so that it'll be able to go up to BVG. So that's a moneymaker. We can also move some fuel ops with that. It'd be also nice to get back into Albatross and move some fuel to military base with Albatross. So we'll see where we're at money-wise. We don't have a ton. We have about 51,000 right now. So a little bit of cash, and that's going to allow me to be able to, because we got 3,000 for the fire we didn't even put out, that put itself out. And so we'll hopefully be able to launch something. I can either send it up there and sell some jet fuel. The other thought is this. I can, we can take the time and get some more fuel from the refinery. Every time I stop at FGM, it's a good thing to try to go grab some fuel from the refinery. That way we can, we can go ahead and we can trade some of that fuel. That's our main moneymaker. And once we have something as expensive as Triton in the world, it starts to make sense to kind of use that money. It's good to have these little money sinks. A lot of games put their money sinks in there. Little things for you to buy and items, and like Tarkov has containers to hold stuff and better sort your stash. And with this, if you have a home ship like this that's expensive to run, it's 600,000 plus to launch Triton. So I need to get a little bit of cash so that we can still do some of our operations, and I really like the oil update for that. It makes kind of a fun and engaging way to do it. Alright, so here we are arriving at FJ. So you can see, even with, a little speedboat, it looks like a long distance. I really wish they had made the distance as far as the Arctic for this, but they didn't. They made it really close. And the benefit of that being is, I can take this little parasite craft and we can actually head most of the way from continent to continent with this little parasite craft. So I'm just going to leave it here. And my character doesn't want to walk forward. I think it's my keyboard. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and dump you, pick you up. We'll have you follow me, and I'll see if they follow. I think, yep, we can see them jump the shadow behind me. They're not coming anymore. Come on, dude. Come on. Straighten up, fly right. Do what you're told. Oh my god, this person's gonna drown doing stupidity. So we're gonna pull Remora, I think. I want to make some edits on Remora. And what I'll probably do is I'll grab an air vehicle. We'll go either air or ground. Let's see. We might have a ground vehicle that I kind of want to operate. Now we'll go ahead and we'll dump these people off to finish this mission up. And then Triton should be coming in here at some point in the near future. And then we'll have to decide from there. I need more money. I want to get at least probably 150 grand kind of cash because, we need to launch an air vehicle. I want to be able to leave Triton in the world and launch some of my other money-making vehicles. Like if I could do the Albatross, I could get off Triton, go fly over here, grab the Albatross, go trade some jet fuel, but I didn't have any cash for that, so it's nice to have a little bit of cash that gives me more versatility with stuff I can do. I didn't recall this. Alright, so I will go ahead and I'll see you guys at the hangar. Alright, so I decided we're going to take Night Owl here, and one of the reasons is we're almost out of diesel here at FJ. And so Night Owl is jet fuel. base, so that will we have plenty of jet fuel sitting in here, so we might as well take Night Owl. It'd be nice to use the owl again. So put you in this seat there, sir, and madame. You both have eye patches on? No, that guy just has glasses on. All right, good to see Night Owl. We'll go ahead and take Night Owl. Night Owl could use a little bit of a detailing pass in the back here, a little bit bland. All right. And we'll go ahead and we'll fire up, if I can remember how to fire this sucker up. So there's power connect, battery 2, we'll go ahead and do that. APU's coming on, APU bleed's coming on, bleed valve 1. All right, fuel, start up 1, turn the beacon on. It's been a while since I've run this, so. Gen 1's coming on, fuel valve 2's coming on, starting 2. Hydraulics 1 and 2 are coming on. Okay, we already, 2 is up and running, Gen 2's coming on. APU bleed's coming off, APU's coming off. Okay, nav light's seeing it as evening time, so. And we'll get ready to taxi out of here. So let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Shocked that I remember that much of how to operate this. Let's see, we have 80 roll pitch yaw. Collective is up, down. Thrust is 1 and 2. So I think I'm going to change my thrust again on this to 3, 4 fan. Okay, this has a lot of different controls, so might have to get this standardized a little bit. Right, so logo's coming on, strobes are coming on, landing lights coming on. So we'll take off here in a second. I'll do an airplane takeoff. So good to use Night Owl again. So positive rate, gear is coming up. Go ahead and turn that on, and we'll go ahead and we'll mark the airport. Or the the hospital rather. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put an altitude in of about 1,200 feet. Should keep us off any obstacles. And we'll do nav GPS. That'll bring us to there. So, flight of the Night Owl. So it's good to get back in Night Owl. I missed Night Owl, so nice to fly the Owl. And so Night Owl is very fast. Not as fast as Chickadee, though, which is interesting. Chickadee is ultra fast, so Chickadee does about 298 knots. So, yeah, it's nice to have all their different, you know, their different features and their different drawbacks. You know, I really like that. So Chickadee has, you know, its main feature is it's compact, but it's also very fast, but it doesn't hold as much. This can hold a little land vehicle. Can't really do that in Chickadee. Up there we are. So let's go ahead and we can just press spacebar to go into vertical mode. We're pretty much over it. We're trying to see it here. I think is that it there? No. Let's go. It should be station keeping there, I think, anyway. Let me see where we are. It's going to station keep us there, so 243, so it's off to the right here. A little bit rambunctious with station keeping here. Let's see where we're at. I'm just kind of looking at some terrain here. So here's a farm. I think that's what I see there. So I'm just going to take the autopilot off here. It's doing station keeping, and it's kind of obnoxious. So I'm just going to manually control this here. I think I must have trimmed something there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I put some trim in, and so it was not letting me pitch. Alright, so I think it's right up here. This is the farm. Very foggy, hazy. I think this is it right there. Nope. Let me look. Get the binoculars out. Yep, that's it. Thought it was that. Alright, so that's the hospital right there. So landing gear's coming down. Yeah, I'll go ahead and return that on just for a little bit of stability help. Not that I need it, but it is kind of foggy, so put that on just for a little bit of help. There we go. Yeah, I'll get right in on the hospital here. Landing gear is down and 3 green. Alright, good. So let's go ahead and shut down our engines here. Alright, those are coming off. Let's go ahead and put the parking brake on. We'll shut off battery 2 to preserve our batteries. Gens are coming off, hydraulics are coming off. And pretty much everything except the beacon can come off. We'll leave the beacon on. Alright, so I'm not going to bother healing these people up. It's not that much of a boost in their health. Now you're falling, are you? Pick this one. You're still falling? There we go. Hey, let's go get rid of these peeps. And I think we'll end up there. So this was a good episode. Pretty much move Triton from the Ring of Fire over to Sawyer South. Sold some fuel to get a little extra cash. And then able to, utilize Shroom for scouting. And another rescue. And nice to get back into Night Owl. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you in the next one.